GTA 3v3 Argent Shelf Redux. Blue team, couple of Chaos Sorcerers. First up is Archaeon as a Wordbearer's DLC Sorcerer. Alongside we've got Jorg as a Black Legion Sorcerer. Are you going to move, pal? You can do it. There we go. He right-clicked somewhere. These guys are offensive and disruptive commanders. Lots of great manipulation and control abilities and some painful offense too. Gonna grab that wreck point, and alongside, rounding off this all chaos team, is Unelmat as a plague champion that starts off range combat with the damage of a time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. Red team, Eskimobob is an Inquisitor, offensive commander, lots of great control abilities and a bit of support too, begins in melee combat but can get ranged weapons. Alongside, Retaliate-First is a Hive Tyrant, big, stompy and durable commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed, so good offense, disruption and support, begins in melee combat. And rounding off the red team is Lohaha as a Techmarine, starts off range combat, puts that sort of good damage, can also support with structures and repair. This looks like it's the Dark Angels. Is it the DLC? It is. Nice to see that thing used. Range firefight early on. Techmarine got way out of position. That was poor play from Lohaha. I don't think these things actually give you cover. It looks like they should, but I'm not sure that they do. Maybe it's just light cover. Kicking off on the west side. Good old Argent Shelf is a good 3v3 map. It's kind of unsymmetrical though. That was a dead guardsman squad getting way too close there, I think, from Eskimobob. Where's the other one right now? They're both mingled in here. Sorcerer's picking off models left and right. Needs to be a little bit careful. Inquisitor now laying into him, gets a special and gets away with it. As I was saying, because of the point layout, it's not symmetrical in terms of how the capping orders tend to play out. The northwestern player will almost always get that contested VP first, because the southwestern player is encouraged to get these 2 points first, although they should send their first unit to this power first, I believe. But on the other hand, the southern team tend to get their natural VP quicker because of the way the mid player here gets this power first instead of this player getting the power first. So yeah, that was probably really uninteresting to listen to, but that's what makes this map kind of interesting early on, that little capping order, because you can just straight push up and start shooting up capping units and really muck up your team's capping order and then try and push on to power and stuff. But it's played out pretty standard. Blue team have actually pushed through and are getting the red team's natural. They've decapped it. We have the blight grenades up already from Unelmat. Is that his first power purchase? I think it freaking is. Yes, it is. Doubles. What? Retaliate-First with triple spore mines. Lost his Hormagaunts, replaced them, has double termagants. Did he just leave them on Overwatch? Because I have done that before. Got double spore mines. I didn't mean to. They usually do quite well for you, those spore mines. Even if they don't detonate and kill stuff, they draw fire for you and are generally they put strain on your enemy's micro, especially if they're not a good or experienced player. Unelmat doing quite a good job though. This is Jorg, sorry. Splitting his forces here and shooting them down. Unelmat and Jorg, in fact, at a glance, with similar colour schemes, but this guy's actually purple. 470, 453. Hive Tyrant does get away. A Hive Tyrant play myself. I've been using the warp field a lot more often with this guy. And in fact, Retaliate-First is going for it. Seems like a no-brainer, really. Makes your tanky Hive Tyrant even more tanky, but Hive Tyrant can turn into quite an energy-intensive commander early on. I tended to over-rely or over-purchase the Rending Talons a little bit and thinking that I need that energy for the Seismic Roar, but you can do just fine without it. Get an armor upgrade and get that warp field, and he becomes a real pain in the ass early on, just tying things up. Spore mines detonating on some raptors here. These are Unelmat, who has that purple scheme, and they retreat out. I thought it'd keep them in play there, but I guess it doesn't have Mucus Discharge, Breath of Nurgle to heal them quickly. Why are you retreating, Mr. Archaeon? Archaeon. Did he spot these guys? Even so, he could have just backed off, I think. Weird. Chaos Sorcerer's got the Vestments of the Warp on the way. Lost his Heretics. Is now getting some Noise Marines, which can do all sorts of terrible, terrible things to Imperial Guard in Tier 1. Especially Catachans. Catachans really don't like Flamers and Noise Marines. I mean, Noise Marines with their 15 DPS flamey AoE type thing is freaking painful. Really, really painful. We can see some kind of flank here. And I'm thinking about it, he's caught some Tyranids who are also trying to join in on this west side. The west side, of course, pretty damn narrow here. It is split into two, but the terrain that the actual VP is on there is pretty damn narrow, which can work against you in some matchups, or for you, of course. Doom Bolt's doing nasty, nasty things to those guardsmen. You can now try and push on and pick off models with Bolt of Fire. Here come those Noise Marines. They will run into suppression though. But here's a nice assist. Raptor's jumping in from Jorg, and he's not reacting well. He's retreating out eventually. He gets away okay. He had Raptors on him and the Sorcerer in there, and that Noise Marines with that Sonic Blast, which is so painful, shutting down ranged weapons and ranged abilities, of course, and doing a truckload of damage. Sorcerer can easily counter that heavy weapon squad with his Vestments of the Warp. Needs to make sure he ties it up first before those Noise Marines get into range, because he doesn't want them suppressed for a few seconds or not firing. 470, 369, going to get a full bash here for the blue team. It's been a good start from them overall. Red team are pushing up this east side though. Some Havoc shutting down Tactical Marines. Needs to try and split up over here, but Assault Marines are on the way. Fighting Raptors who jump the Tactical Marines. Those guys in trouble, and they do retreat out without a model loss. So a little bit of hold-up play here from Lohaha. Again, didn't have his Techmarine really in a very good position there. And if the Plague Champion was shooting at him, he might have been able to take him down on retreat. In fact, I think he would definitely have taken him down. Maybe he couldn't because of this piece of terrain. What's going on? West side, 470, 344. We've got 3 players going tier 2, 3 players not. Leveling up is the Sorcerer to level 3. Throwing those Doom Bolts around can level you. What is Noise Marines up to? Getting into position for the Cacophony. And here we see that Holy Pirate. Such an amazing ability for the Inquisitor. 20% damage debuff. And look how long it lasts for. Doesn't actually tell me how long it lasts for. It would tell you on the actual tooltip of the Holy Pyre, of course. I think it's at least like 20 seconds. It's pretty crazy, and you get that little bit of damage over time. It's really good area denial, and you get a 50 DPS power melee weapon as well, which is not bad. Retains a plasma pistol also. Have Tyrant needs to do some work here. He's gone for those rending talons. Really good melee weapon, 75 melee DPS, and you get Seismic Roar, and disruption, of course, is always useful, even if the damage might not scale too great. That knockback on demand is always good. 35 piercing damage and then 6 per second. So if stuff stands in it, it can do some work for you. Raveners with their Devourers. Massive fan of these guys. 22 piercing DPS per model. It's so painful. And in fact, since they got that increase to their damage, I've been using them a lot more than I did. I used to get Barb Shanker Warriors pretty much all the time, because you counter initiate quite well with the Hive Tyrant if they get jumped and stuff, but now it's pretty much Raveners all the way. Raptors in amongst Marines, in fact going after the Techmarine. Almost got finished off by the Demonic Fury. In fact, it was the Sorcerer who finished him off with his Bolt Pistol. The Raptors with their Aspiring Champion, that Power Fist doing big chunks of heavy melee damage, and a Melter Pistol. You saw the Techmarine with the Plasma Gun briefly before he went down. Those Hormagaunts just about getting away. Heavy Weapon Squad coming into play. It is Eskimobob coming inside and doing a good job here. This is a good push here from the red team. Should be able to get a power bash. They should go for one at least. Why are you turning around? The Sorcerer is still around causing trouble. This is Jorg, who's level 2. Looks like he's lost some stuff here. Plague Marine's on the way for an Unelmat, no doubt, expecting a vehicle from Eskimobob. He could get some Ogrins up, but the Plague Champion always a threat against melee stuff. He's gone for the Armor of Pestilence, so he's going to be pretty damn slow, ambling around this pretty large map, north to south in a way. Though if you don't push on into the opponent's half, it's not so bad. 446 to 293 with 2 to 1 for blue. Get a full power bash and looks like a decap down there as well. Oh, black grenades on some catechins. That could have been nasty. Is he? Oh, didn't get to them in time to spread it. 446 to 285 now. 2 to 1 for blue. They're doing pretty well on that west side, but they're pushed back a lot here. You should note it. Always try and keep the contested powers noted. That 4 power per second in team games really adds up, especially if you get 2 contested and keep them. Really does add up. 446 to 271 now. What are we going to see in tier 2 from the Tyranids? Gone for some Venom Brood. Wants to get that range synapse on the field for his double termagants and Ravenous to benefit. There's Holy Pyre and a little bit of a mass retreat from Archaeon. I mean, he could have backed away, tried to keep them in play. But now he's left his team at a disadvantage. That's why mass retreats are really bad. So 1v1, you're going to lose the map like crazy. If it's a team game, you're leaving your team 3v2. Unless you've, of course, forced someone off as well. Warrior Brood dropped in by Retaliate-First, but they are getting absolutely wrecked straight away. There's some demon armor from the Sorcerer of who? It's from Jorg. 446 to 247 of 1 to 1. Stone Guard veterans on the field using their Kraken rounds, doing extra damage to these Raptors. That's their default round. Good damage versus heavy infantry and heroes and commanders. Stuff with commander armor basically. Here come some Plague Marines. Not going to do a whole lot against what's on the field though. Give you some staying power, give you some capping power, just thanks to their durability, and of course you can always use them to tie things up pretty well. Send them into those Stone Guard veterans, for example, tie them up, and they're pretty annoying and very, very sticky. West side's turning blue again, but this is another good push from the red team. There we see the warp field doing work, soaking up so much damage. Is able, in fact, to get in on those Noise Marines and make them back away momentarily. The Plague Marines, though, getting a direct missile hit on the Hive Tyrant, and he is forced off. A Dark Flames, I think, went off. And a full retreat from the Tyranid player. Relay Beacon is up. I've never seen a beacon put here. We'll see how it does. I don't think any of that is a shot blocker, so it could be just shot down, right? I think those walls are heavy cover and not shot blockers, but I'm not sure about the snowy tile set. The objects are not very consistent across the tile sets in their properties, which is pretty annoying if you're trying to make maps with them. Ogrins are on the field for Eskimobob. 388 to 247. We've got a Chaos Dreadnought up as well. Blue team need to get their natural back and defend their half of the map here. Down goes the heavy weapon team. Eskimobob, is he looking at other stuff? He's on the west side doing things, aren't you? Forgot about your heavy weapon squad. Oh, Blastmaster hitting terrain. Well, hitting an object, really. Here comes that Chaos Dreadnought with that recently buffed auto cannon. Doing some work versus the Catechins, who do have their Sergeant. Zone Throat in retreat. Oh, Assault Marines going down. Always a massive loss to lose Assault Marines. Lohaha has his Stone Guard veterans in a pretty bad position, but is backing them away. Now they turn to engage. Down to just 2 models though. Blue team need to try and see this push through. More Raptors joining the field. Down goes the beacon. Here comes some Ogrins. What were they doing up there? Holy Pyre goes off. And blue team are repelled by the red team. Now, where is the Techmarine at? He's down. I was going to say, is he going to replace that beacon or put something else up? He can be revived by the Hive Tyrant. He needs to put down his warp field now so he can get his energy back. He's level 4. This should level him to 5. So he's doing quite well with those Rending Talons. 363, 233. More Plague Marines this time from Jorg. We see these guys already? I think we did. Unelmats are back at base right now. And red team are capping. Cormorgaunts with Adrenal Glands and Endless Swarm. And we see a Power Bash. Venom Brood pretty good at bashing. Need to put this warp field down, Mr. Retaliate. Bit of a misplay there. Or suboptimal play, I guess. Hormagaunts do just about get away. Where are the brood nests? Oh, it's back here. There we go. Brood nests are so great for that. Oh, Hive Tyrant's going to go down. Push against the power. Put up a brood nest. And you make your power bash that bit more annoying to deal with. A good Dark Flames. But they can all retreat back to this beacon. If he has activated it, that is. I assume he has. He's actually backing up to that brood nest. I'm pretty sure the beacon gives you much better health regen than a brood nest. So he should be standing around that. Maybe he's playing thematically. Tyranids around their brood nest there. Those Marines shaking this beacon to the ground. And it does go down. Looks like there is some kind of shot blocking going on with his walls then. Which is a little bit odd. Usually support walls like that will not block shots. West side looks like it's going to turn red. Plague Champion with the mighty Plague Fist, 72 DPS, heavy melee, 72.5 I should say. Down he goes though. What was he trying to achieve? He's level 4 with Armor of Pestilence, so he is pretty tanky as you can see. 1387 and Pestilence Strike adds so much to his durability and the durability of his army because you can hit it and just outshoot stuff. Don't always need to use it while you're in amongst enemies. There's a good Noxious Cloud and they retreat back to base because the beacon is down, of course. The Techmarine also down. Lohaha, I was gonna, well, I'm gonna say struggling, but they're keeping up the pressure here, red team, pretty well. And he's in tier 3 with tons of resources. 1300 rec, 100 power. He just spent a lot of it. What did he do? I have absolutely no idea. Oh, he's called in some Terminators dirt. Deathwing 343 205. What's going on west side? Some flankeroonies from Eskimobob. Can the Ogrins get in amongst that Dreadnought? No, because that's a Robes of Torment, Chains of Torment. Gives him a big chunk of health, the Sorcerer, as you can see, 200. And he's got Archaeon of Tzeentch, and that was a really bad engagement of Eskimobob. Should have retreated out as soon as he saw that he couldn't shoot it down in time to be useful. Ogrins somehow, though, getting away with 4 models. No, they don't. One goes down as soon as I say that, as often happens. 336 205. Catachun standing around. There we go. So that's going to turn... It's already blue, is it? No, it's going to turn blue. Got a full power bash. Oh, not the node. Got all of the generators, though, here, blue team. Now it's good. That's a swift bash. They pushed off the Tyranids. Go straight for that power. Don't mess around. Tier 3 for Jorg. Tier 3 for Unelmat. So it's Retaliate, Eskimobob, and Archaeon. Archaeon? However you say that name. Who's still in tier 2. Manticore is up, though, from Eskimobob. Always a huge investment, these things. And he does have the upgrade, which is another 25 power, I think. Takes him up to 180 damage, but I think it takes him up to a 70-second cooldown on that ability. Up from 60, 336 to 169. A double now for the blue team. Really good back and forth in the middle here is what I like to see. Players being aggressive. See that aggressive usage of the beacon there from Lohaha really has set off his team on an offensive foot. Yeah, he's lost it twice, but they're all over. We have some Adrenal Gland Warriors. Yes, we do. Does he still have his Hormagaunts? Yes. Chaos Space Marines with Mark of Khorne at level 3. Those Stone Guard, those Tactical Marines, sorry, do get away. Bit of a clumsy push there by the Tyranids, I think. Raptors jumping in, needs to do a little bit of a better job separating this ranged blob. It's so tempting to move them around as one because you can quickly turn on something and engage it with a big burst of damage. Tyranids do have big bursts of range damage because of the way Raveners fire. If you can get double Raveners with range synapse, they do so much. Hive Tyrant could of course get his Venom Cannon, and he might not look into getting that. I mean, he's getting some good usage out of these rendered talons. Raptors are jumping in and stuff, and he can also tie up those CSM who can do huge amounts of damage unchecked with the Mark of Tzeentch. Will also help, of course, versus the Mark of Corn CSM. Raptors jumping away from the Ravenous, really wanting to go after that Zone Throat, which does get away. Ravenous also getting away, and Raptors persuaded to leave. Cyclone Missile Launcher is up for the Terminators. I think he should have kept them default. Waited for something big to hit the field before getting that. Red team really are pushing through. They're going to decap at least, you would think. Blastmaster is setting up though from Jorg. And what is that? That's a Warp Rift from Jorg. He's got the Sigil of the Rift. Hive Tyrant doing work here. Really is doing work. Level 6 this guy. Puts up a Seismic Roar and runs away. Is there another beacon somewhere? I don't think so. Venom Brooder level 2. Blastmaster on the west side also doesn't have a quick way to shut it down. I suppose a Manticore strike on your face is a pretty quick way. And there it is. Has he spotted? I don't think he spotted it. Spread it out decently well there. Ogren's taking so much damage as they run in. Wow. He really needs to approach a little bit better there. Needs to try and get his Inquisitor into combat before he brings his Ogrins in. Maybe do the shotgun blast with the Catachrines as well. Approach play is very important in Dawn of War 2. They champion level 5 now, scaring off some Sternguard veterans. Terminator's now backing away. Oh, there's a beacon. He's put another beacon up. Terminators can't retreat back to it, of course, but they can reinforce off that thing. Uh-oh, rocket run from Eskimobob wipes out some heretics. And they do a whole lot more with it. Raptors running right into it. And they're going to get wiped out. That is painful. Those guys must have been at least level 3. They got rocket run right into Sternguard veterans with Kraken rounds, Plasma Gun Techmarine, and some Terminator Stormbolters. Not good for them. Carnifex on the way for Retaliate, and Red Team are keeping the pressure up here. But can they cap this VP? I mean, even if you can't, it's good to keep the pressure up because they are holding all of those contested points, which are just helping them in turn keep this pressure going. But of course, it's the balance of not overextending. But I suppose they have, ouch, they have license to do so because they can just retreat back to this thing. 334, 42. They are really low on VP as well. I didn't even realise how low they were on VPs. I suppose they're going to cap this and hold it, not bother helping that west side. Is the Imperial Guard play here too? No, he's going west. Oh, Warp Fire and Autocannon enough to take out that Venom Brood, who are really in a poor position there. Just asking to be flanked. Venom Zone Thrope even is not going to go down. I thought it was going to be finished off there. The Autocannon Dreadnought was not chasing. What's that? Oh, it's a Blastmaster being annoying. Inquisitor should be able to get in there. She has her mandate. Invulnerable and +3 speed for 7 seconds. Not bad at all. I'm not sure what the cooldown is on this thing though. She levels to 5 and she might wipe off these guys. Wipe out even. Wipe off. Down they go. She takes them out. Got a whole bunch of XP there because she was of course delivering all of the damage herself. Uh-oh. Chains into a Nurgle nuke. Some good cross-player synergy there with globals and abilities. Massive engagement cooking. Barbstrang got Carnifex in your face. That's not good. Ouch. Mark of Corn CSM exploded. That's a Zinchi nuke. Looks like he spotted it quite early and is backing away. Manticore pushed all the way up here, and the Venerable Dreadnought is dropped into the fray. It's going to cause all sorts of problems. There's a couple of Plague Marines there though, so it's probably not going to get away. It tries to charge out. Runs right into the VP. He's going to just keep trying to get out. He's not going to be able to, I don't think. Those Plague Marines continuously slowing it down. And there's some heavy melee weapons in there and a Blastmaster. Yeah, wasn't a good drop from Lohaha. Hey, he inflicted some damage though. That killed some models there. Here's a Great Unclean one. Down goes a Dreadnought. Archaeon is looking really thin now. Just double Marker Zinc CSM on that west side, and they are doing what? They are capping. how many Ogrins have died. They've soaked up so much damage for Eskimobob. It would be nice to see them get some kind of defensive ability, I think. I mean, they have that disruptive one, but something that helps them get into combat and helps them in that damage soaking role. There's that cloud of flyers from the Great and Clean One infecting a whole bunch of Tyranids. Where's the vomit? Has he used it already? Does he have? No, there's no heretics on the field to consume, or whatever it's called for the Great and Clean One, to get energy back. There's the foul snare, almost taking out the zone throat there. Damage is slightly delayed on the foul snare for whatever reason, so sometimes you think you've got away, and then the damage kicks in. Level 7 Hive Tyrant doing work. Now running away, gets away, I think. Yes, you saw the Great and Clean One doing massive chunks of damage on retreat there. Archaeon, I think, needs a little bit of help on that west side, but of course, much easier said than done when red team are constantly in your face in the mid. That beacon doing so much work for them, the third beacon of the game. It really has helped a great deal. Blue team haven't been able to push on once they've forced off the red team in any capacity, and they're losing units a little bit silly here and there, and it adds up. Those losses add up. Another Great and Clean One on the way. Phobos hits the field and a Predator tank. Can they hit back hard with these tier 3 units right now? Great and Clean One's being chased, so he's probably going to head back to base here. He's going to be out of play for a little while. Not good for the blue team. 125 to 42 is a single right now. Heretics on the way for Unelmat so they can worship that Great and Clean One at base. Ogrins are still chasing here, but they do back away eventually. They are only level 2. Poor Ogrins. Soaked up so much damage, only level 2. Carnifex backing off. He can kind of birth out spore mines, of course, with this upgrade. Look at that stat. 125 plasma cannon damage per shot. Good grief. And that instant suppression, of course. Last cannon is up. Getting shots on a Predator tank, which might instantly go down here. No, he's just out of the firing arc. Ogrins. Wow, that damage soak is real. Inquisitor gets away also. They're going to retreat back to the beacon, it looks like. Had the wherewithal to activate it over there. Manticore strike takes out a Plague Marine, and that's it, I think. But red team surely have this sewn up. Blue team just can't shift them off of this little plateau here. Manticore's taken out. Hunted down by Phobos and some Marco's CSM. He's going mental here. Need to push through and try to cap a level 8 Sorcerer. Doing some work. That's kind of trying to get shots in. Going to be shot down really quickly by this Marco's CSM if he's not careful. Great and Clean One now taking damage. Going to take out the zone throat. Wow, it's falling apart a little bit for the red team here. Can they keep this pressure up? 61 to 42 is so close. Look how much red Retaliate has. Look how much resources Eskimobob had. He's saving for a Baneblade, that's why. Now it's on the way. Phobos doing some good work. Trying to formation. Not enough to take models off these leveled CSM though. And he didn't have anything to push alongside quickly enough. Does he even have any AV apart from the Barb Strangler right now? Oh, he's got the Venom Cannon up on the Carnifex. 28 armor piercing DPS. Wow, I thought it was 22. That is painful. For comparison, I think a Tactical Marine missile launcher is something like 16 armor piercing DPS. So, yeah, the Venom Cannon is nasty, and with that area of effect. Everything retreating back to that beacon though. Blue team have the 2-1 though. 48 to 33. Red team neglecting the west side a little bit too much, maybe. Is the Baneblade going to come on the field quickly enough to make a difference? And can it get somewhere quickly enough after it does get onto the field? Catachans are going to cap level 4 up to 2200 hit points. That's the Warp Rift. Going to displace some Tactical Marines. And here's a Nurgle Shrine, but the heretics get into the Warp River. I don't think they mean to do that. Yeah, they need to worship that thing. It's a unupgraded Chaos Predator. Red team are taking his VP 43 to 18. Can they get a cheeky quick triple? I don't think so, because Cataclysms have run into a Phobos. They did cap it though. Wow, that was a clutch cap. 31 even to 18. Surely they're going to take this VP. Surely the Terminators can do so. Inquisitor's out of there. Imperial Guard is still in play with a heavy weapon team. Heavy weapon squad even. 2 great and clean ones, and the Terminators do finish the cap. And there's the double, and that should be the end of the game, I think. Plague Champion is trying to cap it. I think they're going to get the decap, and they have that western side. It's not over. There is the 1-to-1. They will get the 2-to-1, and they might be able to hold on and win here. Where's the Baneblade going? This is going to be important. Looks like it's coming mid, and I think that's a mistake because that's a long way to drive. But everything else is over here, so I get it. I guess it must. It's not like it can cap the west side with the Baneblade. Even if it can kill everything over there, I don't think it will be able to. Correct, and clean one is walked to safety by the Sorcerer there. Here comes that Baneblade. Can they push with it and get that last 2-to-1 cap that they need? Yeah, Archaeon needs to react quickly here. Now that he's seen the Baneblade firing, he's trying to come to the mid. But that Phobos is painfully slow. There's the 2-to-1 for blue. And now you're going to get it. There you have it. They kept the 2-to-1 just long enough. And it's a 5-0 victory. And that is pretty amazing considering the amazing amount of pressure that Red Team were able to put on here. It just goes to show. You can't neglect the contested like that because they were completely dominating the mid. I mean, this stuff was red for the entirety of the second half of the game. I think all of these points, it just kept pushing. But Archaeon did his job on the west side somehow. He lost a lot of stuff, but ended up with 2 level 4 CSM in a Phobos and some heritage support and a really highly leveled sorcery. Might have even hit level 10 by the end of the game. You can see in the stat screen we've got a level 8 sorcerer from Jorg, that's for sure. A level 9 Plague Champion, very nearly level 10. Level 6 Inquisitor. A level 9 Hive Fleet did really well with his Rending Talons. And a level 6 Techmarine was actually getting the Signum armor right at the end of the game. But blue team take it. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.